All right, Mrs. Jones, this is Ryan here from El Niguel Country Club with a video recap from your golf lesson. So on the left is a before swing, on the right is a drill that we had you do during your golf lesson. So let's take a look on the before swing. So as we swing back, tendency to kind of sway into the right a little bit too much lateral motion. Then we come down, we try to shift it back into the left. And then what you're going to really see here is how the arms have a lot of like folding to them. It almost looks like you're losing your grip pressure too. Just like the hands almost look like they're literally coming almost off the club, especially that right hand. And so last thing I'll mention too, look at the eyes. You can see the eyes still kind of looking at the ground. A lot of times you'll hear advice from people saying like, oh, you lifted your head, keep your head down. And that's not necessarily good advice. I like to try to tell my students, you should be watching the ball, right? You watch it as you swing back and you watch it as it leaves the club face and flies off to your target. So now let's watch you perform this drill on the right. So we have you trying to drag the club down on the ground as long as possible. And you can see this extension that creates for you in the follow through. When you compare these two swings, you can see a pretty drastic difference. So that was a great exercise for you. This next video I'm going to show you is a recap that I did at the end of your lesson that just kind of talks a bit on what we worked on during this golf lesson. Talk about what we worked on today. So first thing that we saw is when we'd swing back, we would end up almost throwing the club away. We'd come through, strike it, and the elbows would be bent in this like chicken wing type of look. So we talked about how do we improve upon that, and part of it was learning to put pressure into the left side. So I used an analogy that a coach gave to me when I was a kid, and he talked about taking a wet dish sponge. You'd put that on the ground, you'd step up onto it, and when you start your downswing, you're trying to squeeze a lot of that water out of that sponge, and that just really helps with transferring energy into that golf ball. The other drill that we did is we had you do one where you put the ball in line with your right foot, and we had you basically try to feel like you put pressure into your left and then just release the ball forward. And if you notice what that did is it gives me this really straight look in my arms, and it gets rid of this chicken wing effect. The very last thing that we talked about was that we want to work on ground forces. So what that means is we want to feel like when we're coming down that we're putting pressure in this left, and then we push up off of that. And I used a towel to help you feel this. So here's our towel, and I did it this way where I put a towel under the arm like so, and you were trying to get this towel to just whip back and hit you in the back. So you'd go here, and you're trying to go kind of quickly through there and get that thing to hit you in the back. So it gains you a ton of speed in your golf swing. So spend some time working on those drills. Again, those drills we're trying to feel that you're moving pressure forward. If you want to tie that in with the step drill, that's here with a little step and then swing, that'd be a good one as well. And then practice the towel under the arm. Those will be really helpful for you in trying to make some improvements in your club head speed. Until next time, happy golfing.